This is a 12-volt mini split air conditioner that I currently have installed in this 30-foot RV. And this is a 300 amp hour DUMFUME battery. And in this video, we're going to see how long that can run on this. This air conditioner is designed for semis. It's called a semi-parking air conditioner. That's how you can typically find it. You mount it on the back of a semi. This runs inside of the cab. A lot of people like them for van life. I had this installed in my boat last summer. So I used it in my boat. It worked phenomenally. So I was up in Virginia, lived on the boat during the summer, during the weekdays, and this really kept it in the mid 60s, which is great. I like to wake up to the 60s. It was nice and cold. I slept like a baby. But I removed it from the boat because I'm not living in the boat anymore, and I decided to put it in the RV. And we run this down the road, typically when we're going on our trips, so that I don't have to run the generator and kick this guy on, so waste extra gas. I just run this. Now I did recently install, and you can check out, this one of my last videos, I did recently install another 300 amp hour battery, but that's connected to the entire RV, so the entire system. It's being charged by solar. What I'm gonna do here is connect this battery, and DUMFUME sent me this battery to do testing, and on my last video where I feature this battery, I created this 200 watt portable power station, solar power station. So I'm not gonna use it in this configuration. What I'm gonna do is disconnect the inverter here, and the wiring is down here. So if you watch the video on how I installed this, you can see the complete installation, how I got the wires down here and why I put them down here. But there's enough cable. I'm going to pull the wires off, and I'm going to hook them directly to the battery. So we do have a shunt here, which will tell us, so if I hook the negative to this side of the shunt, so if I disconnect the inverter here and I hook that negative to this side of the shunt, and then I hook the positive, just right up here, I will be able to see on this shunt what type of energy we're using. But right now it's 74 degrees in the RV. So I'm going to hook this up real quick and get this thing on, because I've got some work to do back here, and I want it to keep me cold today while I'm doing the work. Well, we are connected and ready to go. So I'll go over my connections real quick here. These are 4-aught wires. This air conditioner comes 4 gauge wires. This air conditioner comes with like 8 gauge wires. And I bought this air conditioner on Walmart. Walmart has some similar ones. This one has fluctuated in price. It's up around $450 now, but it's been down as low as $250 in the last couple of months. So you just got to keep your eye open. They come with shipping, but a lot of them are about $350, $400 now. If you go to Amazon, they look cheap. You got to look down at the fine print where it says you got to pay for shipping. So this was the cheapest one with the fastest shipping I could get at the time. There are the very similar ones, and I'll link some of those. It came with very small wires, and I ran a test on a 100 amp hour battery, and it got kind of hot. When I was running on eco mode, the wires stayed cool. They stayed just fine. But in this installation, these wires run under here, up behind a panel here, and then they run up and over back behind here. And then there's another hidden panel back here where they run up the ceiling and into the air conditioner, the air conditioning unit outside. So I replaced those wires, and I think I showed a little bit on the video. I took these 4 gauge wires, I replaced those old ones and added the 4 gauge. So these are marine flexible wires too. So they've done really well. And then this DUMFUME battery has a 200 amp BMS, which is great. So I went to a 200 amp fuse. So I've got a 200 amp fuse here. This is from a previous test in the last video where I didn't install this correctly. So if you're going to fuse this correctly, make sure you don't put a washer on the bottom and then the lug, because it creates a resistor and will bypass the fuse, and luckily was outside, so I wasn't going to burn nothing down. But this battery is 100%. I did charge it up. Let's see if we can see what we say here. So it says 100%, 313.99 amp hours. So it knows where we're at. 13.52 volts. So we're looking good. We'll be able to monitor it here. So let's turn it on. The only weird complaint I have with this remote is that the IR signal has the same power power button, power signal that a lot of TVs have. So my old Roku in my boat, this one, when you hit the menu button or the power on the Roku, it would turn this thing on. So that's okay. But this one is in Celsius. A lot of these are in Celsius. So I'm going to turn down to 15 degrees Celsius, which is like 60 something. It's got the finger here, which is manual. So this is manual settings. This is eco, it's a little leaf. And then this is Hercules, so strong. But I'm cool. I think I'm going to turn the fan up to 4. So it's got 5 level settings. And then you can crank this thing way down. But I think to keep it at 14, let's go to 13. So 13 degrees Celsius. You can do the math. This thing's kicking out nice and cold air. And then let's see how our performance is right now. One thing is to make sure these wires are nice and cool. Wires feel good. So they should be good because I'll be working here for a while. And I've had this thing running on the other battery, so I know we're good. But here are our numbers. We have 57 amps of current, 700 watts. And this does drop down if it's just sustaining. And, it's pulling down the amp hours. So this says we have 5 hours and 19 minutes to empty. Yeah, it's going to be pushing a little bit strong. Since it's 75 in here, I could turn this thing up to about a little higher, closer to 70 degrees. But we'll see. So on my boat, I think this thing did drop down to like 300 or 400 watts eventually. But in the boat, it also was regulating, turning on and off, just kind of on sustained power mode. So we're pushing a little bit here. So I got almost 5 hours on 100 amp hours. So if I can get this, but only about 2.5 hours when it had to bring the boat down from 90 degrees. So if it's working hard, 5 hours is pretty good. But we're going to try to get this temperature down, hopefully, since it's still a little early, and then see if this thing will regulate itself. So it's 11:30 right now, and we'll see when this thing quits. But I got a lot of work to do, so we'll check back in a bit. We've been running for about an hour. And it still says, I just cranked it up a little bit, and it says we have 5 hours and 42 minutes of runtime. Like I said, I just turned the temperature down, and I had the fan down and the temperature up, and it was another hour above that. But I turned the temperature down a little bit more and turned the fan up, so it's pulling a little more. We're doing all right. So it still says we have 5 hours left on this battery. So if I turn it down again, see how it runs, we'll be good to go. But when this thing is paired with, when the alternator's running, it's pulling from the batteries, and it's paired with the cab AC or one of these others, it does great. All right. Well, it is 1:30. We've officially been kicking for about 2 hours. This thing says, let's see, it'll bring it down to about 5 hours left to go. When it spools down, like it's hit temperature, this will crank up to like 10 hours. So if you got a small space and you're running this thing in that little space, it's going to last a long time once it gets down to temperature. So yeah, we still have 75% battery left after 2 hours. The cables are cold to the touch, so it's doing really well. Those cables are nice and cold, and yeah, those 4 gauge wires, 4 gauge, are doing their job. You can hear it kicking on and off up on the roof, but it's pretty quiet. So got to go run and get some stuff, and we'll talk about this more later. It's currently 4:15 p.m. Temperature in here is 77 degrees. We're kicking. I popped it down to 10 degrees Celsius, and we're at 4 out of 5 fan speed. So we're almost at 5 hours, and this thing has been pushing hard. So it says we have an hour and 46 minutes to empty, and I'm not 100%. I haven't run this thing to empty, so I'm not sure how accurate this is, but I think it's pretty good. I'm guessing it's pulling 700 watts and 56 amps because I bumped it up. But that's what we're at right now. And for reference, yesterday when I came out here with no AC on, it was 86 degrees in here. So it's basically held temperature within it's 2 degrees warmer than what it was before. So that's a good sign that this thing is keeping up. This RV takes a lot more than, I think this is a 15,000 BTU, and that's a 10 or 11,000. So, and then we got another one in the back. So on these hot sunny days where it's 80 degrees outside, this sun baking down will make this thing pretty hot. So it's actually doing pretty good, but this battery is impressing me. It's literally just plugged into this battery. These have stayed cold to the touch. Maybe maybe slightly warm, just barely. I mean, I can hold on to it forever. It's feels good. So temperature's really low on those. Battery's doing well. We'll check back in an hour or so. All right, well, it's been 6 hours. It's exactly 5:28 p.m. right now. It says we're at 11% battery. Again, I don't know how much I can trust this thing, but I'm assuming it's pretty close. And then it says we have 36 minutes left. So what I think the plan is, since I'm done in here and I need to do other things, I'm going to turn it off for now, and I'll come back in the morning. So we're almost exactly 6 hours, and then we'll see how much longer it'll run. But so far 6 hours, and like I said, this thing is running. It's running hard. It's not just like in chill mode, you know, kicking on and off and just, you know, holding a low temperature. It is trying to bring the temp down, and it's been pushing hard all day. So, and it's still kicking out cold air. But this battery is just, like I said, not even hot on the cables. Those 4-gauge wires are really doing a good job, and this battery is really keeping up. So yeah, maybe we'll talk about this battery a little bit more tomorrow, some of the features and functions, and why I think it's a good choice to run one of these. And yeah, if you added a solar panel, it'd be great too. But let's get back to this tomorrow. It's the next day, and I've gone ahead, just fired up the air conditioner. So this thing still says it's at 10%. Still says we have 45 minutes left. We're down to 540-ish watts. So we're pulling all right. So it's 12:30 right now. It's a little bit of a warmer day, or cooler day, I'm sorry. So it's only 70 degrees in here. So we'll see if it can last a little bit longer being turned up. So I have it turned up to what, 16 degrees Celsius. So it's closer to 70 degrees. So we'll see if it balances. I'll keep the door open so that the cooler-ish air, it's only supposed to be like 74 today. So we'll see if it can help keep it around 70 with the sun beating down on this thing does warm it up. So it's not going to stay as cold as cool as it is outside. Well, I'm back literally right away within minutes. So since the compressor kicked off because it's regulated close to 70 degrees and it doesn't need to be running, it dropped to 67 watts. So this is saying we have 6 hours left now instead of just 45 minutes. So we'll see. I would bet that if it cycles on and off at a decent rate, that'll only be about half of that. But let's see how long it lasts. I'm here till it turns off. It's been exactly an hour. This thing might be hard for you to hear, but it just cycled up again. So it's been cycling on and off just like it's supposed to. So it just went from, you know, under 100 to 600 watts. It says we're down to 3.8%. We're down to 12 amp hours, but we're still giving 12.8 volts, 560 watts. That'll come down. It did say like 3 or 4 hours. Now it says 15 minutes. There we go. See, now we've dropped down to 160 or so, and we're at an hour. So this thing's crushing it. So it's at 7 total hours, and yesterday it was pushing like 600 watts the whole time. So yeah, good battery. And yeah, it works well with this 12-volt AC. Well, it finally died. It's 3:30 right now, a few minutes after, and it just stopped. The meter was still on, and it said 0.1%, so it was pretty accurate. But obviously the time, and it could have just kept saying it had a low amount until it actually finally died. So that's 9 hours, and 6 of those hours it was completely running at basically full capacity, pushing that air conditioner at 600 watts. So that's amazing. So the cool thing about this battery is it's a DUMFUME. There are a lot of similar batteries like this, but this one has a lot of really good reviews, and I've been pleased with it so far. But this is the first time I took it all the way down to 0% battery. You're supposed to be able to do that 4,000 times with one of these. So that's crazy. And if you only go down to about 60%, so if you only use it a little bit, like here in the RV, I've got some solar and it kind of keeps it topped off. But if you go down to 60% and bring it back up, you can do that like 15,000 times. So that's pretty cool. This will work down to 32 degrees. Well, it'll actually continue working down to about 0 degrees Fahrenheit. So it will continue to discharge, or 4 degrees, I think. So it'll continue to discharge well below freezing. The problem is right at freezing, so it's with 0 Celsius and 32 degrees Fahrenheit, it won't charge anymore. So that's typical of these batteries, unless they have an internal heater. These LiFePO4 batteries, they won't charge when it's below freezing, which is why it's nice that you can keep them inside, because they don't vent, right? So a lead acid battery, you don't want to keep it inside. One of these batteries, you can keep it inside. You can sit here and work right next to it for 9 hours while it's basically pushing out the max amount of amps that you can tell it to do. So that's really cool. This isn't my last test. I'm going to use the setup here with the inverter, and I've got a 120 volt, 5,000 or 8,000 BTU window unit, and I'm going to see how long this thing will run that through this pure sine wave inverter. So far, I like the brand. And there's other videos, I think, where they've opened these things up and they look good inside. They're pretty impressed with the internal workings of it. I'm not going to break it open because I don't have enough free batteries laying around to cut open, but I'm going to use it. But yeah, thanks, guys. Hopefully this gives you information on how long one of these batteries will run, pulling 600 constant amps for 6 hours, and then, you know, varying that for 3 more hours. Like, subscribe, hit the bell, and I'll catch you in the next one.